There are three names tonight: Chad Cole, John Abbott, Guy Snyder. And I'll tell you what, they all have one thing in common. They are the top three when it comes to top fives here at Real Sim Racing League. I'll tell you what, Chad Cole with 39 top fives to his name, John Abbott 35 top fives, 30 top five finishes for Guy Snyder. And Mike, they're all in the top five in the points here at Real Sim Racing League.
JD, going to be an interesting night tonight. R.J. Williams won last week, and you mentioned Chad Cole, second place last week.
All right, welcome to the All-American Roof Heat and Air 240 Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. 160 laps staring us in the face. And I'll tell you what, watching practice here tonight, guys, Chad Cole looking awfully good out there on the track, along with Bill Schoonover, Matt Lacrosse. These guys are under qualifying right now. But I tell you, in the booth with me tonight, Mike, the Batman Keaton. He'll be helping me call the action on the racetrack here tonight. And, of course, as always, sitting back behind us with his magic fingers on the buttons, they call him the bad boy, the legend, John Westling, our producer tonight. Hey, Mike, let's go ahead and take him down through the points here, Cowboy, and let him know who's who and who's where here at the Real Sim Racing League. Of course, starting out at the top, Landon Huffman, who finished third last time out at, I believe it was Darlington Speedway, 422 points to the good side. And I'll tell you what, looking pretty sharp with 3 top 5 finishes this season so far, 6 top 10s, holding down the fort in that front row up there. In second position here in the overall points, Chad Cole. I'll tell you what, Chad Cole is the leader of the top 5 finishes here in the Real Sim Racing League. He finished second at Darlington last week, Mike, 13 points behind Landon Huffman.
Guy Snyder finishing third in the point standings at the moment. Did not race last week, JD, so it'll be interesting to see if he can make up some ground in those points, but he sits third, and John Abbott sitting fourth, 53 behind Landon Huffman.
And remember, John Abbott, he's right behind Chad Cole with 35 top 5 finishes here. That's a career stats here, guys. So John Abbott looking pretty good tonight at Charlotte as well. In 5th position, finishing in the top 10 last week, Adam Roberts. He sits 65 points behind the leader up there. And then there's John Gregorio sitting in 6th. Not such a good finish at Darlington here a couple of weeks ago. Guys, he finished 24th. He's 74 points behind the lead, so he does have some work to do to try to recoup from Darlington here a couple of weeks ago.
Joseph Hayes sitting 7th place. JD hasn't cracked the top 5, but he's got 5 top 10s to his name. Doug Ross sitting 8th in points, 98 behind Landon Huffman. Has cracked the top 5 several times, looking for that first win this season.
Jeff Addison, he sits in the 9th position here in the points. Finished 20th last time out at Darlington Speedway. That was a couple of weeks ago. Remember, they were off a week here a few weeks back. 98 points behind leader. So he's sharing that seat with Doug Roth in 8th position up there, rounding out your top 10 here at Real Sim Racing. 103 points behind the lead. Joey Gattina finishing in 14th at Darlington here a couple of weeks ago. So there's your point standings for the Real Sim Racing League as we get ready to rumble here at Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight, guys. Now, trouble spots, Mike. Let's talk about that for a minute. I'm understanding Turn 4 and Turn 2 we need to keep an eye on tonight.
Yeah, JD, definitely Turn 4. Turn 4 is very tight. If you're beside someone at a 4, you better either ease out of the throttle or recognize that wall. So Turn 4 are going to be tight off, and look for Turn 2 to be a trouble spot about being loose off.
You bet. And I tell you what, looking for some fantastic racing here tonight at Charlotte under the lights. But first, we need to take it down trackside. The Cactus Cuties present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and a big thank you to the Cactus Cuties. A wonderful rendition of the national anthem for us tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Yeah, these guys climbing in the cockpit, sucking them belts down here, starting them motors up here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. 160 laps here tonight, guys. Checking over in the chat room. Looks like Kayla along for the ride tonight. Mama D, as always. Mama D got the food truck parked downstairs, back there in the back, hauling some food up here for us for the buffet tonight. As these guys start getting gridded up here, waiting for Chad Cole to get his car up there. Must be having a little bit of electrical problems trying to get that machine fired up. But I'll tell you what, Michael, why don't we go ahead and run them down through the lineup here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. This is the All-American Roof and Heat Air 240 here tonight. Chad Cole on the pole tonight with a 28.638 on the outside in the second position. That number 75 machine of Landon Huffman.
Ben Burnett brings up the second row in that number 3 machine, and last week's Darlington winner, R.J. Williams, starting fourth.
All right, in fifth on the inside in that number 16 machine, Steve Ritter will be starting in fifth position on the outside. Mike Montesi in the 45 car.
Starting seventh tonight, Jimmy North, and outside him, the number 22 machine of Ronnie Potts.
John Abbott, he'll be starting in ninth position tonight in that number 10 machine on the inside. Outside him, Rick Fouts in that 44 car in 10th.
Guy Snyder starting 11th tonight in that 27 machine, and outside him, Jeff Addison.
In 13th position in the number 26, Jonathan Cattle in 14th on the outside, the 85 machine of Nathan Bowers.
Starting 15th halfway through the field tonight, the number 8, Matt Lacrosse. Outside him, Joey Katina.
In 17th, in the number 76 machine, Keith Brooks Jr. on the outside in number 83. 18th position, Jay Horton.
Starting 19th inside row, Doug Roth. Outside him, Chad Schilling.
Rob Bowling will be starting 21st in that number 25 on the inside. Outside him in the 5 car, Bill Schoonover in 22nd.
Starting 23rd, Adam Roberts. Outside him, David Lanza.
Chris Schollenbarger will be starting in 25th position. In 26th, Greg Netherford.
And Kayla's own Eric Arnold starting 27th. Outside Eric is going to be Patrick Hahe.
Joseph Hayes and Chalmers Parker rounding out your field here at Charlotte tonight. And pace car coming off of turn 4 here. He'll make that hard left-hand turn down pit road. Flagman stepping up to the plate up here. He's getting ready to get that flag up and running here as we go green at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 160 laps away from the checkered flag here, Cowboy, as Chad Cole jumps out to the front. Landon Huffman up on the outside. Chad Cole has just all but shot away from field here from the get-go, guys, with Ben Burnett in that 3 car following right on through.
And R.J. Williams, last week's Darlington winner, sitting right behind Landon Huffman, teammate, running 4th position.
All right, looks like a pretty good start here tonight, guys. And again, 160 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So, you know, these guys would do well to just kind of sit back, cruise a little bit here, Mike. And, you know, we're looking at 58 to 60 laps on tire wear, fuel run at least. So if we do have some green flag pit stops, we're about 50 some laps away from that. So I think if it was me, I would probably just cruise here for a while and, you know, check it out, see who's doing what, and maybe check my car out, see what it can do here a little bit, test it out, you know, put it through its paces, and get ready for a good long run here.
That's right, JD. That's what you've got to do. You got to be patient. You got to find your groove. You got to find, you know, that median, that happy median, to where your car gets happy with you and you're happy with it, and you just ride along. Like you said, 160 laps here. You're not going to pit until lap 55 and 60, so there's plenty of patience that needs to be gave here tonight.
Yeah, that is cycling back through the field here, guys. Pretty much single file racing here, all the way back, and watching back here in in the 27 machine, 12th position back here, Guy Snyder, and Guy Snyder, he's 3rd in the overall top 5s, guys. Career top 5s here at Real Sim Racing. 30 top 5s here at Cowboy. So Guy Snyder sitting back here in 12th, just because he's outside the top 5 up here right now, that don't mean he won't be there by the end of the night.
Absolutely. Guy Snyder definitely knows how to drive that Menards 27 machine. Week in, week out, you always hear that guy in the front. Something's going on with Guy Snyder. So look for him to, like you said, just ride patiently right there in 12th. But he will be making a move shortly, as he is making one now on Jonathan Cadell for 11th position, and he's looking at John Abbott ahead of him. Now, one thing, JD, you have to be, you have to remember, just because your fuel, you know, just because you can go a long way before you can pit on fuel, you have to realize that these tires at Charlotte start to go away, you know, pretty early. So you got to really kind of take care and baby those tires.
You got that right, Michael. I just actually one of my stats machines here keeps failing on me here, which is problem that I've been working on. But let's take it back here in 11th position back here, guys. Guy Snyder's got some company coming in the form of that 26 machine. That's going to be Jonathan Cadell. I believe he's a newcomer here tonight for Real Sim Racing, as he puts some pressure on that 27 machine. Can't get it done, as I believe caution coming out for the first time.
Yeah, JD, looked like the 33.
Go ahead.
Looked like the 33 car. David Lanza was the taker on that one, JD. And also, like you had mentioned before, Guy Snyder did have his hands full. Don't think that the 26 of Jonathan Cadell wanted to give up that 11th spot, but he was able to. He was not able to contain that spot before the wreck came out there, so he will be starting behind Guy Snyder there in 12th.
All right, so first caution of the night coming out here, guys, is I'm gonna roll it back here on my machine, see if I can't pick it up. And wow, looks like an e-ticket ride to me. But John, what do we got on the e-play?
Let's see if we can cue this up, guys. He kind of escaped from me. I couldn't quite find him right away. He already took that car to the hauler. It looks like he's going to hit that outside wall coming out of that corner. Boys, he's going to roll this baby over. We're just talking to John Schneider about our new system here, JD, with cautions, and he's going to barrel roll this car into the corner, boys.
And like I told you, JD, tightness. You could tell that Budweiser 33 car was tight coming off forward, and that's exactly what happened. Just ran out of real estate, hit the wall, and then the rest is history for that 33 machine. You
know what else I'm seeing here too, guys? Watching it here you know, it almost looks like he's trying to turn the car into the wall and keep it up there against the wall. He's got oncoming traffic coming lickety-split right behind him, guys. So I tell you, smart move from him if that was his intention. It looks like he just kind of bounces off a little bit, Mike, and then looks like he kind of turns into the wall there a little bit, tries to keep it up out of the way. So very smart move on that 33 car's part.
Yeah, David Land's a great driver. Probably all intentions to steer clear of the traffic that was behind him that was coming head on, full of steam, and able to keep it up there. Just one solo car wreck. So still looks like we got about 26 out there.
You bet, and I apologize. My statistics program is failing me. It's just dying on me here every time I start it up, so I'm going to have to go without any stats from the pits tonight, guys. So I apologize for that. But in the meantime, imagine we're going to see some activity down on pit road from some of these guys.
Yeah, some of them went in this past time. Joey Catino electing to stay out. He will pit this time. The 43 also going to pit this time. But Jay Horton going to stay out and be your new race leader. Rick Fouts also staying out. And that's going to put Chad Cole, who started this race on the pole, probably in about 6th or 7th position restarting this race, JD. That'd be 7th position.
All right, first caution of the night coming out here, guys. Want me to go ahead and step away? We'll take a quick commercial break. You're watching live ETV Live, real sim racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we'll be right back. All right, and we are back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, working off the first caution. Came back here on lap 10, guys. The 33 car going for an e-ticket ride off of turn 4 into the wall. And Michael, like I was saying, you know, good hand move by that driver. Almost looked like he turned the wheels into the wall. You know, he had some traffic coming up behind him, coming right off turn 4 down there. So smart move. Keep that thing out of harm's way. At least keep it out of traffic to you know, minimize damage to any other vehicles around. But I'll tell you what, getting ready to go green one more time here. Lights are out on the pace car. Huffman Racing up in front, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, the 75 machine of Landon Huffman, R.J. Williams up there in the front, and Joey Horton as well, guys. So Joey Horton picking up the green flag tonight. R.J. Williams, who won at Darlington last week, he's on the outside up there on the front row. So green flag up again, and we're back to racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 12 laps, 13, make that 13 laps in the books here, Cowboy, with a lot of racing left to go as R.J. Williams gets past his partner up here, Horton. Horton actually looks like he might be going backwards here, Mike.
Yeah, Jay Horton is going backwards, JD. Missed the start there pretty good. Allowed Chad Cole to move up into second. Actually, Chad Cole looking at your race leader, R.J. Williams, going underneath him now. Gonna take it at the start-finish line. Chad Cole, your new leader at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
No strange to the front row up here. Oh, 21 car going around here. R.J. Williams tags the wall, keeps it under control. No caution coming out here, guys. 21 car in big trouble. That's going to be R.J. Williams, who took the trophy home from Darlington here a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to roll this one back here. That might be worth a second look on the E-Wine machine down there. We do got that split screen thing working down here. Down the front stretch, going into turn 1. And looks like the back end just starts breaking loose, tags the wall up on the outside, Mike, and able to hang on to it. So no caution. No, now the caution's coming out. Caution coming out on the track there.
Yeah, JD, Landon Huffman in the wall. Heavy damage. Contact with the number 3 machine of Ben Burnett in turn 1, just on lap 15. So that is second, third position there, and also multiple other cars involved.
It's like the 75, trying to roll up. Oh yeah, here we go. 3 car on the bottom, 75 up here on the top, going into the turn, contact made by the 3 car down on the bottom here. I don't know if Landon just squeezed him down just a little bit too much, guys, or what the deal was here. See if I can't get another look at it, but in the meantime, let's send it on down to Bad Boy John Wessling for the E-Wine.
Yeah, let's see if we can see what happened here, guys. They're just battling hard. That 3 car's right behind Landon Huffman. The 3 car's going to come in this corner. I think you're going to see these two make contact here as hard as they're racing. Oh, actually, the 21 spins. Everything's still fine coming out of the corner here, guys. The 3 car's going to make a move on the inside of Landon Huffman. Going to come through the corner here. Sorry, guys, I'm way ahead of this thing, evidently.
Well, you know, John, it might have started with the 21. That does throw you for kind of a loop up there. They're watching that 21, you know, tag the wall up there and try to keep his car under control. And then about a half a lap later, the 3 and the 75 tangle. So, what do we got down there, John?
Yeah, it looks like they just tangle up, like you said, JD, in the center of the corner, and the 75 Landon Huffman, he's going to take the worst of this. He's going to go spinning around pretty heavily, like a bottle top. Then another car is going to come by and blast him a little bit more.
Yeah, it's going to be Mike Montesi of in that 45 machine, that pink fresh breast car down there, guys, in that 45 machine. He's going to give Landon Huffman a pretty good whack right on the back bumper and send him for an e-ticket ride, as we call it here on ETV Live, guys. So second caution coming out here on the track between the 75 and the 3 car. Of course, Mike Montesi in that 45 machine, he's going to take some damage from it as well.
Yeah, JD, and I see a lot of the confusion. It was actually 2 wrecks simultaneously happened at the exact same time with the 21 of R.J. Williams and Keith Brooks Jr. And other cars involved with that. So a lot of wrecking going on in that specific turn there, on that specific lap.
You bet. All right, caution number 2 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We're going to take another commercial break. You're watching live ETV Live, the All-American Roof Heat and Air 240 here with Real Sim Racing League, so don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. Hey Hey, JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages, cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in a pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980. Alright, and we are back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway as we work caution number 2 here, guys. And that's going to be the 75 machine and the 3-car, kind of mixing it up here a little bit. And then I believe it was the 45 also took a hit kind of after the fact and sent that 75 machine Landon Huffman around for a pretty good e-ticket ride. But back over here in the chat room, guys. Unfortunately, John can't find the key to get in the door over here, so I need to get a sound check from you guys over there, Mama D, Kayla, and Cassidy, if you can help us out here a little bit. How's it sound over there in the chat room? As the pace car comes down the front stretch here, guys, across the start-finish line, we should get the one to go here. At this point, and keep an eye on the light bar on the top of the pace car as it goes out. So one time around here, cowboy, and we'll get back to racing. Thank you, Cassidy. Sounds like John. Sounds like everything's a-okay over there in the sound booth over there, reporting back that sounds are as great as always. And Mama D says, "Attaboy, JD, you're doing such a fantastic job. I love you. I love you. I love you." Oh, wait.
Doubt it, she said that. That's the wrong channel, JD.
Oh.
JD wanted to mention, guys, that they have thrown an extended caution lap here. Was not able to get all the debris off the track, and a couple of guys still out of line, so they've waved it off. Going to go green next time by.
Roger that. And looks like the looking for the 44. Looks like Rick Fouts was given the wave around the pace car, guys. Rick Fouts is in that number 44 machine, so he'll be restarting in 9th position back here. Now, Guy Snyder in that 27 machine, I don't know if he's got some issues going on with that car or not. Starting all the way back here in 21st position on this restart. So Guy Snyder, who started just outside the top 10 in qualifying, guys, kind of going backwards here at Charlotte tonight.
Well, JD, you remember Guy Snyder in the 26 car of Jonathan Cadell earlier when they were battling for 11th and 12th position. I think the crew chief of Guy Snyder said, you know what, let's just chill back in the back for a little bit. A lot of tight racing up there, and Guy Snyder had a little trouble last week, or the week before, so just trying to stay out of trouble, I guess, trying to play his cards right.
You bet. And doesn't look like everybody came down pit road, if my stats are correct. Chad Cole, Ben Burnett, Ronnie Potts. Looks like Schoonover, John Abbott, and the 10 machine, the 84 Jimmy North, Adam Roberts, the 25 of Rob Bowling. So your top 8 guys are, Mike, staying out of the pits this time around. So that's 21 laps on that set of tires. And then from everybody from Joey Gattina pretty much on back, you know, everybody came down and at least got at least got right side tires. I'm looking at Mike Mott to see in a 45 machine with a 5.8 pit stop. We may be too far along here. Don't know if I can fill up the data or not, but that may have been right side only. Not quite sure, but you know, with 21 laps in the books here, probably a good call. Find out early. The pace car comes off. We get set to go back to green flag racing here, guys. Jack Cole picking up the green flag with the 3 and the 22 right behind him here. Phil Schoonover in that number 5 machine in 4th position. John Abbott. John Abbott, you know, he's a come from behind here, guys. So you usually see John Abbott score forward this early in the race as the 84 of Jimmy Norton gets past him for position.
JD, I was going to say, watch that 3 car, Ben Burnett. He was involved with that last caution with tangled up with Landon Huffman there on that last caution. Got a little right front damage. Maybe a little tight. Don't know for sure. He's still running second, looking strong, but that car may be a little tight with that right front damage. Only time will tell.
You bet. Let's take it all the way back here to the 12th position, guys. We've got a gaggle of cars right up here in front of the 47. That's going to be Eric Arnold as he goes around. Looks like the 25 machine and the 14, Joey Gattina up there. Here comes the 26 on the bottom, down the front stretch through the trials. Racing happens right here on lap 24 as the 26, Jonathan Cadell, 13th position, guys. He gets side by side with the 88 goes past him. So there's some racing going on back here in the back.
Great action race. Eric Arnold mentioned fiancee Kayla, or wife Kayla, in the chat room with us tonight, cheering on Eric Arnold, trying to get him a win. He kissed the bricks last week at Indy, in the Indy cars, looking for some way to win tonight as he's working the 94 machine of Jeff Addison, that Hall of Fame car on the outside there.
Bad. Some more action happening back here in 18th position. Oh, Jay Horton takes a piece of the wall off turn 4 here. His partner Chad Schilling getting by him there, but kind of a gaggle of cars back here too, guys. The 33 car of Jay Horton got a pretty good lick coming off of turn 4 there a little bit. Just a little bit too much throttle coming off turn. Of course, Mike, we were talking about turn 4. You know, during 3 race, you know, turn 4 being quite an issue. You've got to get out of the throttle early, let that car ride, and stay off it long enough to just kind of take your car up there, not quite kissing the wall, but just staying off of it, but to get a good run on the turn. So I imagine we'll see a lot of that happening here tonight.
Hey, JD, laps ago, you remember out front 1, 2, 3 Huffman Racing Team. The Huffman Racing Team, the guy that's even close to being up front is in 19th. There's Chad Schilling running 19th right now. And just about 10 laps ago, you had Huffman Racing again, like I said, 1, 2, and 3. So something on the back burner here for the Huffman Racing Team right now. They're running mid-pack.
I'm still watching mid-pack back here around 14th position back here. The 88 machine up on the top, the 44 on the bottom. Adam Roberts liking that top lane up here. Now, you know, let's talk about Charlotte Motor Speedway here for a minute. A 1.5 mile track, 24-degree banking in the turns, Cowboy. That white line down there on the left-hand side of the driver, that is absolutely no man's land down there. You do not want to put your tires on that white line down there. You will absolutely go for an E-ticket ride here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But, you know, the fastest way around this track usually is going to be that top line up there because of the progressive banking from the apron up to the wall, that outside wall, Mike. And that allows you to, you know, you don't have to get off the throttle quite as soon. And you can keep a pretty good momentum going through the top side up there where the wall, you know, where the banking is the highest, and you can get back in the throttle just a little bit quicker. Now the guys on the bottom, they got to get out a little bit sooner, crank that wheel over just a little bit more, and stay off of it coming off in order to keep that thing from going around for an E-ticket ride. So you know, we're going to see guys running the top, running the bottom. You know, so different setups here in Charlotte.
Yeah, JD, like you mentioned, Charlotte makes for some really fun and exciting side-by-side racing. And Rick Phelps and Guy Snyder were showing just that, racing side by side. Like I said, Charlotte is known for its side-by-side racing. You got that top line, and then you got the bottom line, which Rick Phelps is trying to work on that 35 of Chris Schallenbarger right now. But Schallenbarger's hanging on.
All right, and I just got a note handed up to me from Mama D's hauler down there. I guess the car sounds are a little bit, might be a little bit out of whack, but we'll work on that here a little bit, get that straightened out for you. But 32 laps in the books here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Pretty much single file, not a whole lot of action going on here, Cowboy, as we go back through the field here a little bit. But Guy Snyder up there in the front, or I mean Chad Cole up there in the front in that 17 machine. He's got 7/10 of a second run on Ben Burnett. Ben Burnett back here in third position, guys. And looking at his windshield, that 17's a long ways away.
Yeah, he is, JD. In fact, Ben only turning 29.6 as Chad Cole, your leader, turning 29.4. Chad's got that DeWalt machine on a rail tonight.
You bet. And keep an eye on the chat room, guys. Over there in the chat room, how does it sound now? Can you give us a report on the sounds here tonight? That's there. All right. All right. Just checking the chat room over here, getting a little bit more information. But I'll tell you, you know, I'm sitting here in second position, guys, watching this 3-car Ben Burnett. I believe he's a new driver here tonight. With Real Sim Racing, kind of holding his own down here, but I tell you, he's losing time to that 17 machine up there, guys. Now 1.3 seconds behind Chad Cole, and then behind him, Ronnie Potts in that 22 car, running in third. He's about a second, almost 2 seconds back, guys, from Ben Burnett. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. 35 laps in the books as the 84 machine comes alongside the 22 here for position. So move Jimmy North up a notch here. But you know, I got to think, Mike, that some of these guys up here in front are just kind of biding their time here a little bit. Of course, remember, a lot of these guys who started up here in front are on older tires. They had 21 laps on their tires by the time that you know, from that last caution. So.
Yeah, these guys still trying to figure out their race cars. We're only 36 laps young into this race, JD, and not a lot of chances to come down pit road and try to make those important adjustments. But you'll see them come in next time. Hopefully we'll have a green flag stop here to where it puts these guys even more to the test about getting on that pit road at the proper speed and getting those adjusted cars down pit road safely and without speeding. But a lot of these guys, like you said, still just kind of running out here, relaxed. Everybody's giving a lot of give and take. Makes for some fun racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
You bet. And looking at my statistical data over here, it looks like everything's running pretty smooth so far. So keep your fingers crossed. But out here on the track, like I said, pretty much single file. Not a whole lot of action going on. Joey Gattina back here in 10th position. Moved Joey up here a couple of notches as he's just inside top 10 here in that 14 machine. And I think that's the 44 Rick Bouts who just went by Joey. Rick Bouts now in 9th and 10th position, so Joey is just slipping back one notch here.
And if you remember, JD, earlier in this race, Rick Fouts, 1 lap down, got that lucky dog back on the lead lap in 10th, moving up the field quite nicely. Rick Fouts got that car hooked up real nice, and now I'm looking at Eric Arnold in that 47. There's a huge battle for 5th place with the 22 and the 45 of Mike Montesi, as Eric Arnold gets a little unbalanced there into turn 2 on that bottom side with the 22 holding his ground, Ronnie Potts.
Bet, and looks like Potts giving up position to Eric Arnold. Eric Arnold moved him up a couple of notches up here, guys, up into 4th position. So 45 machine now coming along the 22 for a challenge here. That's going to be Mike Montesi, I'm going to say. Hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, guys. I believe he's a new driver here at Real Sim Racing here at Charlotte tonight as well. So that 45 car of Montesi for position, move him up. He's up to 6th place now.
And Steve Ritter beginning to work his way up the field. He is running 7th right now, trying to put the pass on Ronnie Potts there in the 22 machine. He'll probably complete it in turn 1 here this time. But up ahead, he's got Mike to worry about, and then the Navy car of Eric Arnold. But still, out front, Chad Cole hammering the laps down, 29.7s. Guys on a rail.
You bet. And watching back here with the 22 machine, Ronnie Potts giving that position up to Steven Ritter. Moving back here just a little bit more, guys. Pretty much single file all the way back. 43 laps in the books here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So as long as things are kind of copacetic for now, why don't we go ahead and step away. We'll take a commercial break. You're watching it live, ETV Live Cowboy, the only game in town, Charlotte Motor Speedway. So don't wander off. We'll be right back. Back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the All-American Roof Heat and Air 240 here with Real Sim Racing League. And I'll tell you, a pretty good bunch of guys over here. You can check them out at realsimracing.com and get involved, guys. And Mike, I understand they had an open practice session this afternoon. I guess we've got a number of drivers tonight going down the list here. I believe in 6th position, the 45 machine of Mike Montesi, new driver here tonight. Don't believe I've seen Rick Fouts here as well either. There's a number of them. The 26 machine of Dominic Cadell, Ben Burnett in that 3 machine up there in 3rd position too. Mike.
Yeah, JD, I think they had a day of recruiting some guys, some young drivers to take some new roles here at the Real Sim Racing League. Always looking for some good, talented guys, and I think they've got a couple here tonight. As you can see, one of the new testies, Ben Burnett, in that 3 machine, running 2nd place and holding his ground up pretty good, JD.
And I think we just had the 33 machine on pit road here just a moment ago, guys. That's going to be David Lanza, 14 laps down out of 33, was involved in that first caution way back on lap 10. So still suffering the pains of that accident. 33 trying to get enough repairs done so he can keep that machine up to speed. And you know, points mean everything. So 12 races into the season here at Real Sim Racing, David Lanza trying to hang on to what he can get here tonight at Charlotte.
And knock, knock, Ben Burnett, 84 coming through. Jimmy North chipping away laps ago. Finally caught the back bumper of the 3-car, made the pass, and in second place right now, Jimmy North in that National Guard car.
With Chad Cole still turning 29.690, guys. Jimmy North last time around with a 30.237, so he's got quite a ways to go to get up to Chad Cole in the 17 machine now. Chad is just all but checked out, Cowboy. A little over 6-second lead on Jimmy North here. So Chad Cole, who is absolutely no stranger to that front row up there. He finished second at Darlington last week. He's in second in the points here in the overall as well, and only 13 points away from Landon Huffman. So I'll tell you what, Chad Cole in that number 17 machine is absolutely on a mission here at Charlotte tonight.
Yeah, JD, and Landon Huffman going in to give up that #1 position in points as his car is actually on the hauler as well for the other Huffman race teammate R.J. Williams out with an engine. He's on the hauler, and Joseph Hayes also done for tonight.
Loaded on the hauler and headed for the barn, as we say here on ETV Live. And kind of keep an eye on things here on the track here a little bit. Not a whole lot of action going on as I cycle through the cars. 54 laps in the books is Eric Arnold now doing battle.
Hey, JD, looks like Ben Burnett starting to go backwards here, running second for so long. Now he shows in fifth. Eric Arnold made the pass on him, and also Mike Montesi made the pass. Good battling going on now. Steve Ritter trying to make the move on the 3 as he looks inside on the backstretch. And the 3 closes the door in 3. And Steve Ritter going to try again, coming out of 4 down low.
Eric Arnold for position on the 76 of Keith Brooks. He's in 22nd position, but I believe he's going to be a few laps down. But Eric Arnold getting around him safely. Keith Brooks is actually 2 laps down here at Charlotte here tonight, guys.
Steve Ritter did make that pass, JD, on Ben Burnett. Had to work him a little bit, came up on some lap traffic. Keith Brooks Jr. But oh, the 3's pitting, JD. The 3 car. Ben Burnett can't handle it no more. He's pitting. JD he might have got caught speeding.
Yeah,
he came in real hot.
I've got him up on my monitor here, guys, and it looks like 56 miles an hour at the commit line. So he's definitely going to get a black flag here, Cowboys. So Ben Burnett in that number 3 machine. I'm not quite sure what happened down there, but it looks like he was running pretty good, but like he might have run out of fuel, and I think he's going to get flagged here, guys, on the exit. We'll keep an eye on that number 3 machine as he makes his way into his pit box. Yeah, the rights and the lefts went up on that machine. He is being held. You can hear the engine roar now. He's in there probably more than 15, a better 20 seconds already, being held for that black flag violation of speeding. That's going to hurt Ben Burnett. So far, JD, no other takers on pit road. Ben Burnett, the only one. He's, like I said, started slipping back, was running second for quite some time, but I think that right front got to him and had to pit before he just kind of lost the car. Might have had a tire going down anyway. Everybody else seems to be settled out on the track. No one pitting just yet. 59 laps in the books here and at Charlotte Motor Speedway, so we do have a number of them out there with older tires. So yeah, JD, Mike Montesi, who was running top 5 in that pink, fresh, the Solution for Women's car down on pit road right now. Probably going to get him in there and take 4 on that car. All right, keep an eye on pit road down there with green flag pit stops might be underway here for at least a few of them, guys. Remember, we've got the guys with older tires. Like those are the guys coming down pit road right now, so it'll be 4 tires and fuel, and then back out on the track with 61 laps in the book here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. About 99 more laps to go here, Cowboys. So we got a long night ahead of us still, as Chad Cole just has all but checked out on the field here in that 17 machine, 8 seconds out in front of Jimmy North, who's running a strong race in that 84 machine. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, you talk about a come from behind. The 84 of Jimmy North certainly on a mission, as he starts cranking it up here a little bit, turning 29.929s here to Chad Cole's 29.678. So Jimmy North doing what he can to try to get a little bit more out of that number 84 Lowe's machine down there, guys.
So just how bad was that pit stop for Ben Burnett, JD? 2 laps down. The number 3 machine showing 2 laps down. JD, I tell you what, I love green flag pit stops. There's so much that goes into them. You gotta set up with your crew chief about what you want to do. You want to take 2, you want to take 4. You got your tire pressure adjustments, your wedge adjustments. You got to come down off of 4 into pit road, slow up, gear down. It takes some talent and some mad skills to get down there and do all that. So I think green flag pit stops is really where you can make up some ground, or where you can really lose some ground.
Yeah, you bet. And absolutely, you know, races have been won off of pit road, you know, as much as they have right at the start finish line too, guys. So, you know, it depends on how good a crew you got down there on pit road. Now, let's take, for example, John, what do you got, bud?
Yeah, it looks like Eric Arnold really on the move here, guys. He's like a half a second behind Jimmy North now, getting ready to make a move on him. And he came from at least mid-pack here and doing an excellent job moving that car to the front, boys.
As Eric Arnold peels off, heads down pit road. So I tell you, green flag pit stop's underway here, guys. Let's keep an eye on Eric Arnold down here as he makes his way down pit road, looking for his pit box down here. Pulls in, and watch tire changers come out. Right side goes up, and as well as the left side going up. Tires are going on, fuel going into the car. He's down and out. 47, Eric Arnold on his way back out. That's going to be an 11.8 second pit stop for that number 47 Cowboy. I'll tell you what, that's lickety split down there for that pit crew, Mike.
That's a mighty fast pit stop, JD. Eric Arnold, excellent stop, entry and exit, as he's getting his car up to speed now, into 1 on the bottom apron there. Really pulling for Eric Arnold. Deserves a win, deserves something really good tonight. He's been struggling lately. He's trying to crack the top 10 in points, and a good run here tonight would everything but solidify that.
You bet. Chad Cole still holding the lead out there, guys. 68 laps in the books here, and I don't. Looking for some information on. Now my information is too old. But I was looking for some information on Chad Cole out here. The last time he came down pit road, I believe, might have been around that second caution, around lap 15, I believe, guys.
Yeah, look for Chad Cole, JD, to come down pit road any minute. In fact, he may be starting to make some of his adjustments now.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the leader up here. In the meantime, Steve Ritter down here in that 16 machine being shown in second position, guys. Green flag pit stops underway in third in that 10 machine. John Abbott. A little bit of damage to that left rear of his machine out there, guys, but holding his own up here in third position. Guy Snyder in that 27 machine. Now, you know, here about 25-30 laps ago, Mike, he was going backwards there for a little while. He's worked himself up inside the top 5. Of course, Guy Snyder one of the drivers that we mentioned during pre-race, Guy Snyder has a number over 30 top 5 finishes here, career finishes. So Guy Snyder certainly no stranger inside the top 5. Ronnie Potts coming down pit road, being shown in 6th, actually slipping down to the lineup now. But the green flag pit stop's underway as he's side by side with the 26 machine. So we'll keep an eye on the 22 machine as he comes down, rolls into his pit box down here, screeches to a stop. Right side will be coming up, tires and fuel going into that machine, Mike.
Yeah, Jeff Addison just made his scheduled pit stop, JD. Had a really good time there, I believe. Took 4 tires, full tank of fuel, and he's out and away. Jeff Addison in that NASCAR Hall of Fame Charlotte, Sportnet Charlotte paint scheme.
Jeff Addison with a 12-second pit stop down there. Ronnie Potts 12.2 seconds, so still not too shabby down there, guys. As Adam Roberts in his pit box in that number 88 machine, 4 tires, fuel, 12.1 second pit stop for him as well. I think our leader Chad Cole come across the commit line now. He'll be making his pit stop. As he looked like he was just under about 44 miles an hour as he crossed the commit line down here. So Chad Cole at number 17, DeWalt machine, heading down pit road, Mike.
I tell you, JD, I watched every second of that. He couldn't have cut it more close and couldn't have done it any better than anyone. Great entry for the 17 DeWalt car. That guy's just on a rail tonight. This might be his night. The right side's going up on that machine, and they'll come around and put the left side up on that DeWalt machine, and he'll be out and away. And as long as that exit's good, JD, he'll still continue to be your race leader after they cycle through.
You bet. Chad Cole, he's down and out with 11.4 second pit stop, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, that is absolutely lickety split down there, tied with Jonathan Caudell's pit crew down there in that number 26 machine. So 11.4 second pit stop, way to get the job done down there on pit road.
New leader, JD, Steve Ritter, showing in the number 1 position. He is actually pitting this time by. He is one of the ones that has not pitted. He actually elected to stay out, JD. He looked like he was going to come down, actually stayed out. Probably going to get some more points as he lets Chad Cole go, the leader of the race earlier. But Steve Ritter being shown your race leader currently.
You bet. And it's all about bonus points. So you stay out, you lead that 1 lap, get those bonus points, and then of course crew chief making a call. He'll be coming down pit road this time by as he makes the turn off onto the apron, and almost gets it woed up there. The 16 machine on his way down. Steve Ritter will be making his pit stop. That's going to put Guy Snyder out in front in that 27 machine. So we're picking up a couple of bonus points for that 27 car tonight here at Charlotte. Guy Snyder looking down the he qualified just outside the top 10, Mike. He qualified in 11th. So and then there at the beginning of the race, it looked like he was almost doing it purposely, just taking his car backwards a little bit, thinking, well, he's probably just going to ride it out here a little bit. He's a top 5 finisher for sure, and of course now he's leading the race.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the race, JD, that Guy Snyder not able to show up at Darlington last week. Didn't get that stripe, so no points for him last week. But he's 3rd in the points right now, and definitely needs a good finish here tonight to stay top 5 in points. So right now looking good though as he's leading the race. And I believe Chad Schilling, right behind him, is the second guy who has not pitted yet. He is running 2nd, JD.
And looking at the pit board up here, guys, the fastest pit stop of the night so far is going to go to the 14 machine, Joey Gattina. So I'll tell you what, get out those cell phones and text your deal to 1-800 whatever it is, but a 10.6 second pit stop for Joey Gattina, as Guy Snyder makes his way down pit road, Mike, and the 27 machine heading into 4 new shoes and what do we say, bucket of oats?
Bucket of oats, JD. 45 miles an hour trying to thread the needle at 46 down pit road. Right side's going up on that 27 Menards Chevrolet. Guy Snyder right now looking at your race leader, but Chad Cole will assume the position more than likely, JD. The left sides did go up on that 27. He is out and away.
You bet. And Guy Snyder with an 11.6 second pit stop here at Charlotte here tonight. So I'll tell you, a good fast pit stop for that 27 car. And I believe that's going to round out the field, guys. I don't know that there's anybody left out there on the track, Mike, that has to come back in as Chad Cole picks up the lead, and Guy Snyder makes his way back out on the track.
Trying to find Eric Arnold, John?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that too, Batman, is Eric Arnold's going to assume the second position, about 12 seconds behind Chad Cole here, so he did gain a little bit of time, and he also gained a position over Jimmy Norris.
Eric Arnold got some time and ground to make up on that Chad Cole, who had that flawless pit stop, JD. The guy couldn't ask for anything better as he's looking to put the 3 car down another lap. That's that Ben Burnett, who was running second, may I mention earlier. Really strong race car, had that black flag on pit stop, and really hurt him as he goes down a lap there, and looking to gain the lap right back from Chad Cole as he dives down underneath. So trying to stay on the lead lap is Ben Burnett, JD.
You bet. And Ben Burnett, you know, was up there in the front for a good part of the race there, up until the green flag pit stop. So Ben Burnett now finding himself going a lap down as he desperately tries to hang on. Chad Cole going by him off of turn 4. So that's definitely going to put Ben Burnett back 1 lap here behind the leaders. So he's got some work ahead of him. And Jeff Addison, Nathan Bowers, Bill Schoonover also a lap down, with Chad Schilling, Rob Bowling, and of course Keith Brook Jr. down 3 laps. But I'll tell you, Chad Cole up here in the front. Second place, Eric Arnold, 12 seconds back, Cowboy. 84 laps in the books here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So the question is, can Chad Cole hang on to that almost 13-second lead over Eric Arnold?
JD, I think he can if all goes well. If he can keep that car stabilized and clean and all 4 corners on that car, I think Chad Cole got a real nice shot at winning this race, as he's almost nearly led every single lap.
29.482's last time around for Chad Cole. Of course, that's what new tires do. But caution coming out on the track, guys. And I'm hearing it's
a 26 car, JD. Jonathan Cadell coming out of 4 there, running 7th position. Jonathan making his debut in Real Sim Racing, John.
Yeah, let's see if we can cue this up, see what happened here, guys. These guys are all battling on a good 50, about a 50-some lap run, and it looks like actually they both power slid on the same exact car about in sequence. I think they were playing a sympathy song there. Did I say that right? But he's going to slide through the grass here, guys. These guys are just about in sequence. One put their left wheel on the bottom apron line, and the other one did too, and they both found out that wasn't a good thing.
Dividends going to pay off there, JD, for Ben Burnett, as Chad Cole did just pass him to put him the lap down, but he will be able to stay out and get that lucky dog.
You bet. And looks like it's coming from race officials now, so that number 3 car, Ben Burnett's going to get the lucky dog and get that wave around. But, you know, going back to the 26 machine here, guys, you know, Mike, we were just talking about this earlier. You know, that white line down there, that apron line, is absolutely no man's land down there. You do not want to touch that line down there. This is the result as we watch the 26 machine. At least I'm watching it go skating through the grass here at Charlotte. So I believe this is caution number 4, if I'm not mistaken. I think I failed to write the last one down. But 4 cautions here at Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight. So Interesting circumstance now. That's going to bring the top 5 a lot closer together here, as Jimmy North, sitting in second position now, is going to be right behind Chad Cole. So a little different set of circumstances up here in front now.
Well, actually, JD, Chad Cole elected to pit, and Mike Montesi, Eric Arnold, and some of the other guys are electing to stay out, other than the ones that are a lap down trying to get that lap back and wave around the pace car. But Chad Cole did pit. He's going to lose that #1 position that he's held on for so long in this race.
Interesting. That's just going to make it even more interesting. But I'll tell you what, I believe 4 cautions here at Charlotte. Why don't we go ahead and step away, take another commercial break, check out the buffet table back here, Cowboy. Hey, you're watching live, ETV Live, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Real Sim Racing League. Hey, don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
All right, and we are back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to try to get Chad Cole up on the radio, but looks like he's got a little bit busy down there. So Chad Cole, your leader, electing to pit this time around. Now he just pitted. We just had green flag pit stops not about 5-6 laps ago. So not quite sure what's going on with the 17 machine here tonight at Charlotte, Mike. But Chad Cole, unexpected pit stop this time around. So working caution number 4, I believe, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the on lap 84, the 26 machine, going for that little bit of an e-ticket ride through the grass on the front stretch after tangling with that apron line down there. So 89 laps in the books here at Charlotte. Interesting race so far, guys.
Yeah, and the only thing I think, we'll try to get him in the booth, like you said, JD. The only thing I think, Chad Cole just trying to short pit it. He did take about 2 or 3 laps on those tires, or 4 laps, so just trying to short pit it as the pace car dives down pit road.
Eric Arnold sitting up there in second position behind Don Abbott in that 10 machine, but I'll tell you what, the green flag comes out. Eric Arnold, he's been working over the track pretty good down here, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, the 17 gets by him. Eric Arnold into the wall, into turn 1. As Chad Cole makes quick work of that 47 car, now working over the 10 machine of John Abbott. So before we even get 3/4 of a lap under our belts here, Cowboy, the 17 car already to the front.
47 spinning, JD. 47 is spinning. Eric Arnold on turn 3, losing it.
Oh, you know what? I saw him tag the wall going into turn 1 here, guys. Just got up into the marbles here a little bit. I'll run it back here a little bit, and don't know if he had any help or not. Going down the backstretch into turn 3. Good shape, and the back end just comes around, tags the wall hard. Massive damage to that 47 machine, guys.
Let's see if we See if we can cue it up here, JD, see if what happened here. They're just all fighting for position. You're exactly right. He just loses it all on his own here, and it might have had something to do with damaging that rear spoiler when he tapped the wall in the restart, JD.
Wow, and then he takes a huge hit from the 22 machine, Ronnie Potts, as well, guys. Watching it again here, Mike. I'm pulling it back here just a little bit more. I don't, you know, he got into the wall a little bit coming off turn one, right on the restart as the 17 was going by him on the bottom. You know, sometimes when something like that happens, you know, your confidence gets rattled a little bit. Of course, this is, you're talking about right at the start of the race here. You know, restart. You know, everybody's you know, trying to get a position here. You got to get it while you can. Before the tires start wearing out on you. So I mean, you know, it's a hustle trying to get another position, and then of course tagging that wall like he did and trying to get his confidence back. Just goes in a little bit too heavy into turn 3 and just loses it. So a lot of damage on the 47 machine.
Yeah, JD, that's exactly what happened. The 47 got into the wall just before he actually lost it there, bringing out the caution, John.
Yeah, and then he misses his pit stall, guys. Has to back up. So Eric Arnold's day went from awesome to worse.
You bet. And I think I saw his pit crew push that machine behind the wall and towards the hauler back there. So tough night for Eric Arnold here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, guys. But I'll tell you what,
watch
Cowboy,
out, Kayla. Better go run.
You bet. And I seem to have misplaced my my plug sheet here, but let me see if I can do this one from heart. I want to tell you about the VRC Mark III racing chassis from Bob Earl Racing. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, this dude, he's a championship race car driver. And, you know, he goes way back. You know, he raced back in the 70s and 80s. And he's got quite a bit of trophies, but let me tell you something. You know, check it out over at bobearlracing.com. He designed this racing chassis for comfort. You know, and who better than to design a racing chassis? You know, one of these sim racing rigs, Mike, than a race car driver. You know, I mean, they know what comfort means to them in a long race. So bobearlracing.com. $349 a monitor stand and shifter mount sold separately. Still a heck of a good deal over there. Now catch this, 3,000 of these things have been sold at Bob Earl Racing. So you know, this guy has to know what he's doing over there. bobearlracing.com.
How many units has a guy sold, JD?
Now look, Ron's a little bit faster than that even. 3,000 units sold.
3,000 units sold. Wow.
Yeah, and I tell you, yeah, he's we've been talking. He's over in Europe, and I think he's supposed to be back here pretty quick. I'm going to get him set up on TeamSpeak. And of course, Bob Earl has kindly put up one of his racing chassis as a championship prize here for Real Sim Racing here on Monday nights. But going to try to get him involved in the race here, possibly next Monday night. So get him in up here in the booth as a guest. So we're really looking forward to that. 94 laps in the books here at Charlotte. Working caution number 5 here, the 47 machine. Eric Arnold, unfortunately, on the hauler, headed for the barn here tonight. But I'll tell you what, put up an outstanding effort the first 90 laps of this race here tonight. Almost thought he was going to have something up here, possibly for Chad Cole. But even on that last restart, Mike, Chad Cole making quick work of the 47. Instantly getting past him. Of course, Chad Cole, he's led most of the laps here tonight already, but he's got John Abbott with some damage on that left rear on the outside on the restart. And of course, the 45 machine of Mike Montesi, he's been doing a pretty decent job staying up here in the top 5. So, you know, we'll have to keep an eye on this restart.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on that 17. JD, in that 10, John Abbott. John Abbott hungry sitting on that outside of that 17. Knows he can run with 17, Chad Cole, as Chad Cole takes the green flag.
Back racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Chad Cole making quick work of John Abbott. Gets a big jump on him. Of course, John's got that body damage to his car on the back. Now, it shouldn't have that much of an effect. You definitely want to keep the nose of that machine clean, you know, and keep that spoiler up in the air where it belongs. But he's got a little bit of damage on that left rear back here on that left rear bumper. So don't know if that's going to have a big effect on that 10 machine or not.
Tell you too, JD, somebody that I noticed, like I said, got the lap back as he's trying to get the work done on Chris Schallenberger for 8th position. That's Ben Burnett. Take it, big boy. He moves up to 8th position on the backstretch. Ben Burnett back on the lead lap, JD.
All right, going back down through the field here, guys. It's again, with 96 laps in the books here, not a whole lot of action going on, but still plenty of racing left to do here. Let's check back here to 15th position back here, the 43 machine. He's got heavy damage to the back end of that car. The 5 machine does the crossover down there, but tell you what, the 5 machine having to get off the throttle right in front of the 43, and as he made that crossover move. But the 43 machine down here, Doug Roth, he's got some pretty heavy damage to the back end of that car, Mike, so the 43 currently running at 15.
JD, just look at Chad's last lap, 28.897. The guy's just getting faster.
If my statistic data is telling me all the right stuff here, Chad Cole's going to have the fastest lap time of the night with a 28.829, and so far he's led 84 laps here tonight, guys. So Chad Cole definitely on a mission here.
Mentioned Ben Burnett moments ago. Just took over the number 7 spot from Adam Roberts, and now he's looking on them, trying to catch up with Jimmy North, who's running 6, and just in front of him, Steve Ritter in that BuyerChevy.com 16 car.
You bet. And 60 laps left here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I got to hand it to these guys. Whatever kind of a drivers meeting they had with the new caution rule, looks like it's doing a pretty decent job here tonight. Some pretty good racing here tonight. Jimmy North back here in 6th position, guys, in that 84 machine. Of course, he's had his troubles here tonight as well. Looking to challenge that 45 car of Mike Montesi up here in 5th position. But that 84 right on the bumper of Montesi up here, trying to work him over, coming down the backstretch, looking on the inside. Montesi stuck up on the outside. The 84 is going to try to come along the inside, going into turn 3, and he's going to get it. But he's getting dangerously close to that apron line down there. 2 by 2 coming off turn 4 as they clears the trioval here. Still fighting side by side here, coming down the front stretch. 45 car putting up a good fight. Has to back out of the throttle, let North have it going into turn 1, guys.
And that lets Ben Burnett, JD, slip through too. He's working the 45 now on the backstretch. And then he's going to go into turn 3, probably with that number 6 position, as now he's all over the back door of Jimmy North.
Wondering if Montesi might have did his tires in here tonight on this run, as he lets Adam Roberts in that 88 machine get past him. But I'll tell you what, Ben Burnett, you know, you got to give this guy a lot of credit here tonight, guys. Ben Burnett, he's been fighting. What looked like an ill-handling car, went down a lap, got his lap back, and you know, currently running in the top 10 and moving forward. So Ben Burnett certainly got it together here, working with his crew chief at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight, guys. So it looks like he got that car in pretty good shape. And also looks like Keith Brooks might have had some unexpected electrical issues here as well, guys.
In laps earlier, JD, Guy Snyder took that position. position over from John Abbott. In fact, John Abbott going backwards here. Steve Ritter takes the position over him, and that allows Ben Burnett to sneak up on the back door of John Abbott in that Gatorade machine. So John Abbott, with that left rear damage, JD, could be causing a little bit of aerodynamically down push to that car, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. You know, seems like John Abbott just can't buy enough luck here on some of these tracks. But John Abbott, I think he got some trouble last week at Darlington as well. But of course, he finished in the top 5, finishing 4th, I believe, at Darlington last week. Or no, let's see. I'm actually reading from the wrong paper. He's 4th on the points.
Tell you what, 3-car working all over John Abbott, JD, and that in every turn he tries to get underneath, but just can't get the that Performance Parts GM car underneath him.
I should remind somebody to put my glasses on every time I take them off. I was actually reading from the wrong sheet. John Abbott, you know, like I mentioned, having difficulties at Darlington here a couple of weeks ago. Actually finished 16th there. But not quite the night that he was looking for. He started 6th, but wound up being involved in several of the cautions there at Darlington. Of course, went backwards from there. But all right, and I think I just heard the door, the back door, those hinges back there. We got to get that WD-40 out, get after them hinges. But I believe Eric Arnold just walked in the booth here tonight, guys. Hey, on your way to the desk up here, stop by that buffet table, Eric, and come on up here and have a seat, bud.
All right.
Hey, you know, looked like you were doing pretty good down there. Almost thinking you might have had something for that 17 machine down there, Cowboy. But tell us what happened, man.
Yeah, well, it started 24th. I had a very bad qualifying attempt. I drove it all the way up to 2nd and had a good run going and needed that caution to even catch the 17. And we got the caution finally. I took 2 tires because I knew I needed to get out in front of them. And I wanted to lead at least 1 lap. And the 10 stayed out. I didn't expect that. Well, I tried to get a good restart on them, and we went into turn 1, just extremely loose on the restart. Go down into 3, and I just couldn't hold it down there, so I think 2 tires is a really bad call, and it ended my night.
All right, tough night for sure, but I'll tell you what, Cowboy, better luck next time. And if we come back here to Charlotte, I do believe you might have something for that 17 machine if he shows up at the same track at the same time, but certainly a good effort down there. Hey, while you're up here, Cowboy, why don't you go ahead and, I know you got somebody over there in the chat room you want to throw a shout out to, so have at it.
All right, my fiance Kayla's out there watching. I love you, babe.
You're lucky you said that, Eric, because you'd been in a deep world of trouble.
Absolutely. I tell you what, Kayla tunes in every Monday night up here and becoming a big ETV Live fan for sure. So Kayla along for the ride over there in the chat room. But back out here on the track, guys, I'm still watching Ben Burnett down here in this number 3 machine, currently running in 4th position, turning some pretty decent lap times, Mike, 29.780s. But I'll tell you something, Chad Cole up there in front has not broke the 29.8s quite yet. He's running 29.7s and 6s here on lap 113.
Yeah, and earlier, JD, the 27 fell victim to that number 16 machine of Steve Ritter. And John Abbott got into the wall a little bit, went backwards, able to get the car under control. Now he's working on the 88 machine of Adam Roberts, move him up to 6th position. But again, Ben Burnett, the talk of the town right now, coming from 1 lap down, getting the lucky dog. Actually, at one point, JD was 2 laps down and was off the pace quite a bit, had to go in for a black flag penalty. Served it, came out, running 4th position, JD.
let's take it back here to 9th position back here. Chris I want to say this right, Schollenbarger, back here in 9th position, guys. He's got kind of a gaggle of cars up in front of him. It's going to start with the 26 car, but Jonathan Cadell up here moving on forward another notch. Mike Montesi, who was running up the top 5 here for just a few laps to go, going backwards here a little bit in that 45 machine. And then the 88 machine up there, Adam Roberts. So tell you what, Chris Schollenbarger looking at a couple of cars up here, figuring out how can I get around these cowboys up here. Currently running at 10th. So as we put 116 laps in the books here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, why don't we go ahead and step away, take another commercial break. I need to check out that buffet table one more time, Cowboy. So you're watching live, ETV Live. It's the only game in town. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. MTCO Communications, dude, I'll tell you what, the only place to get your gaming servers, no contract, month to month. Get gaming tonight with Battlefield 2. Hey, Call of Duty, do it with R-Factor. Arca Sim Racing, dude, I'll tell you what, $49 a month, no better deal anywhere. Remote access, virus filter, remote power cycle, no player limit, no bandwidth, dude. Dedicated servers, hey, do it tonight. Give them a call, 800-859-6826.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
Alright, and we are back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with Real Sim Racing, the All-American Roof Heat and Air 240 here, guys, on Monday night. And back here riding with Jonathan Cadell, 9th position back here, as the 35 of Chris Schollenbarger just got past him just before we came back here, guys, in the 35 machine for position. He's up there in 8th. So action happening up here in front of John Abbott in 6th position. 84 machine of Jimmy North up on the top, making that high side run with Ben Burnett down on the bottom, down there at 3 machine. Ben Burnett still hanging out here in the top 5 here with 122 laps in the books as Burnett comes down pit road for what I believe this is a scheduled pit stop, Mike.
Yeah, JD, Mike Montesi also and Bill Schoonover down pit road just before that. It is scheduled pit stops, JD. Should be the last one of the night, should we stay green.
All right, Ben Burnett making his way to his pit box, reaches to a halt. Right side, it'll be coming up. It'll be 4 new shoes and a bucket of oats for that number 3 machine back out on the track here, guys. Keep an eye on his pit stop here as green flag pit stops underway here again at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I got to tell you guys, this is one of the better races I've seen out of these boys for quite some time. So I'm having some fun here at Charlotte tonight. 3 machine, Ben Burnett, down and out on his way back out on the track, Cowboy. It should be the last time for him if everything goes right. But I'll tell you, he's got a pretty fast car, Mike, and you know, he's been hanging around up in that top 5, doing an outstanding job here at Charlotte tonight.
Outstanding job, and now the question is when does that 17 Chad Cole go down pit road? He is your race leader, not showing any signs of pitting just yet, but he will have to come down as well as everyone else does as the 26 machine looks like he's making his way down pit road, JD.
You bet. And Ben Burnett's going to have to make up a couple of seconds out there. Oh, as he tags the wall coming off turn 4 down the back to Burnett, 17th position. Going to have to make up a couple of seconds out there, Cowboy. 14.5-second pit stop down there. So got to think an issue with a lug nut or something happening down there.
JD, 26, Jonathan Cadell, the newbie here in this race league, got onto the throttle just too much on pit road entry, spun it, and had to back it up and spin her back around to get her straight, and that's going to hurt Jonathan Cadell as he was running 7th position on the lead lap.
You bet. Right here on, actually being shown in 8th position right here, guys. Oh, as he goes around right here on pit road. Wow, tough night for Jonathan Cadell. He's a lap down, so I don't know why. I mean, if he is conserving fuel, I'm not quite sure why he would be saving it. You know, 127 laps in the book. We're looking at you know, at least 58 laps on a fuel run, so plenty. He's got plenty of time left. You know, if he goes down and fills it up, he can actually probably take a can and a half and still be okay. But don't know whether it's an ignition problem in that 44 machine. He's running 15th position, but he's also the first car 1 lap down. So his only hope tonight is a caution, Mike.
Yeah, guys, I'm listening to it too inside his cockpit, and I think you're right, man. I mean, it sounds like he's really well throttled way early, and then he gets in the gas really late. So I'm not sure what the strategy is here. Maybe he is trying to make it all the way, if that's possible, Batman.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to write his number down and name down and keep up with that just to see what kind of strategy he's doing, and if it does pay off. We'll remember that the 44 car in 15th position, 1 lap down, but conserving fuel. If the strategy pays off, in the end, we'll know what happened.
Yeah, you bet. And I'm looking. Well, his my statistical data doesn't tell me when the last time they pitted, how long he's been out, but we'll keep an eye on that 44 machine for sure. But green flag pit stops underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, guys. This is the second time around we've seen this here tonight, and I'll tell you, some pretty decent racing for these boys here at Charlotte. 160 laps on the books here. 160 laps on the board, 131 in the books here already, guys. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here with about 30-some laps to go here.
Couple different strategies, JD. You got Rick Bounce out there running in the 44 machine, conserving fuel. Guy Snyder pitted. Guess what? Right sides only on that Menard Chevrolet.
44 letting the 88 go by as the 44, you know, peels down, going down the backstretch, kind of peels off a little bit, goes to the inside, lets the 88 come by. So I don't know. We're keeping an eye on that 44 machine, see what he's up to down there, Cowboy. But,
yeah, Joey Katina also, JD, made his pit stop right sides only. Now Jimmy North in the 84 machine running 9th on the lead lap. He took all 4 tires, so a lot of strategy going on down pit road.
All right, and you heard what Eric Arnold said about those 2-tire stops, so I don't know if that's going to pay off or not.
Only time will tell.
All right, looking down my pit board down here, and Joey Gattina with a 5.6-second pit stop, just enough to stuff a can of gas and a couple of new shoes on the right side of that machine. Joey Gattina with a 2-tire stop. He's also, right now he's 1 lap down, but of course green flag pit stop's underway here. Things will cycle around here as these guys make their stops, and you know, it'll put just about everybody back on the lead lap. Bill Schoonover in that 5 machine back there, guys. He's running in 18th position, currently being shown 2 laps down. It may wind up that he's our first car 1 lap down after everything cycles around, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. It'll take a while to get everybody down pit road and get cycled around here, but still holding down the Ford up here in the front. Chad Cole got a 7-second lead over that 16 machine of Steve Ritter. Steve Ritter hanging out in the top 5 here pretty much the second half of the race here tonight as well, guys.
Yeah, still trying to see when and what Chad Cole will do. Will he take 4? Will he take 2? And then be interested to see what old Steve Ritter in that 16 car does. If it's a fuel-only stop or 2 or 4 tires for him, as he is about 7 seconds, JD, from Chad Cole. So if you needed to make up any ground, you don't need to come down and get any tires. You need to just get fuel only if you want to take over that number 1 spot. But so it will be interesting to see what these guys do. As the 16, okay, thought he was going to pit there, JD, but he stays out.
Rob Bowling in the 25 machine, quite a bit of damage to the back end of that car. 4 tires of fuel for that number 25 machine, sitting here in 11th position on pit road, guys. And he's down and away. It'll be 45 miles an hour down to the commit line on the other end of pit road down here, and working himself back up on the track. But tell you what, Cowboy, green flag pit stops as we speak, and only time will tell. We're still watching that 44 machine, trying to figure out what he's up to, Cowboy. And that's going to be Rick Fouts, still being shown in 15th position, 1 lap down. So not quite sure what's going on, unless he's having some kind of difficulty that we're not aware of.
Well, the thing that gives me, JD, is the guys letting out in every single corner, and then he's rolling out of the throttle or turning that engine off, if you will. It's like he's got his marks set on the track. He turns them off at a certain point, turns it right back on. So it leads me to believe that he's flipping that switch that you saw last week Jimmy Johnson do.
All right.
Jimmy Johnson, he's still around?
Jimmy who? Jimmy who? All right. Hey, you know what? It's time to do another plug here, and I want to tell you about the what's coming up. ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting with ingenuity and vision. ETV Live has set the bar in providing the best in online simulation auto sports broadcasting. As your online auto sports entertainment network, there's a mouthful, Cowboy. Tune in to Road TV Live from Spa-Francorchamps for the 2.4 hours from I believe it's this coming Sunday, guys, June 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's going to be happening around 1:20 p.m. Eastern. So with a little bit of road racing coming your way, and I'll tell you, if it's anything like the race we saw at Sebring here last week, you're in for an e-ticket ride, Cowboy. So you want to tune in with that one. And of course, launching soon, Dirt TV Live. I tell you, we've already been doing a little bit of dirt racing broadcasting on ETV Live, but I'll tell you, you don't want to miss this one for sure. Coming up this week, Cowboy, on the 30th and 31st, live from Eldora Speedway. This is going to be the dream as the Dirt Late Model Sim presents live on ETV Live, on Dirt TV Live. So you don't want to miss that at all. Check the schedule page over at etv-eplay.net. Check out the Facebook page as well, Cowboy. We put Batman Mike Keaton, the convict, in charge of that one. So etv-eplay.net. You can get it all right there.
JD, are we going to let the cat out of the bag about the 24-hour sim sports network? Or are you going to hold off on that?
Oh, well, you know what? We might as well let everybody know that, hey, in the works right now, We've been having some production meetings, producers meetings, you name it, Cowboy, ham sandwiches and all. But I tell you, stand by. We're going to have a 24-hour channel coming your way, Cowboy, with some mixed content, pre-recorded stuff, some fun stuff, some funny stuff, and one that Magic Fingers himself has been working on, and I believe he calls it Thrills and Spills. So I tell you, keep your eye on ETV. Adam Roberts, who was running up here in third position, guys, in that 88 machine, coming down pit road, making his way 45 miles an hour. You don't want to get caught over that, get that speeding ticket. You're pretty much done for the night with 144 laps in the books, Cowboy. Less than 20 to go as Chad Cole peels off, makes his way down. The leader coming down pit road, guys. So the 17 machine, that DeWalt car, heading down towards his pit box down here, Mike. We'll see what he does.
I tell you what, Steve Ritter, right sides only, and take a look at that number. Oh, fuel only for Chad Cole, JD.
Fuel only for Chad Cole, guys. So I tell you
88
what,
spinning in front of him.
Oh, the 88 goes around right in front of him on pit road. No caution. It's off the track. But the 17 DeWalt machine, Chad Cole able to get around him safely as the 88 car spins coming off of pit road. That's going to set that 88 car back a long ways. Adam Roberts, I'll tell you what, clean your shorts out, Cowboy, as he goes around again here, trying to make it out on the track. Isn't getting it done here. Adam Roberts in big trouble down here, guys, slipping backwards and backwards and backwards, trying to get that machine of his back up on the track, a little bit heavy on the throttle, Mike. And I'll tell you what, that 88 machine was on his way to the front, but he's got to start all over again now with less than 20 to go.
What a scare for Chad Cole there, JD. And, guys, Nathan Bowers, engine, off and on. Same strategy as Rick Fouts is doing. So, interesting. 85, Nathan Bowers, cutting that engine off in the turns.
And Chad Cole comes back out on the track, currently being shown in third position, guys. He's got Chad Chilling, Jay Horton out there in front of him. So, you know, I'm thinking that Chad Cole now about 4 seconds behind Jay Horton. He's only a couple seconds off of Chad Chilling up here. But remember, Chad Cole is also out there on worn-out tires, guys. So no tire, fuel-only pit stop for that 17 machine.
And guys, he's not gaining much ground. They're sort of down to 10 laps to go here. I think that's what forced Chad Cole in to take a fuel only here. But without them tires, can he catch Jay Horton before the end of this race?
All right, check the time at the line here, guys. Jay Horton last time around 30.529. Chad Cole, who is just moving into second position, 29.924's Cowboy. So Chad Cole is on his way to the front, 3.2 seconds back at Jay Horton. But can Jay Horton hang on up here?
And wanted to make mention, JD, Rick Fouts' strategy as a caution comes out, not doing any good for Rick Fouts there, JD. He's still showing 1 lap down, so not sure what's going on with him.
You bet. Caution out on the speedway, guys. I'm not quite sure what brought that one out. I'm looking. I think I'm going to have to roll it back here a little bit. And oh, it looks like the 45 machine. Looks like the 45 machine coming off a pit road, guys, but I'm not quite sure why they threw the caution. That's going to be Mike Montesi, John, coming off a pit road, but I'm not quite sure I understand why the caution came out. What do you got for us?
Yeah, he's going to come down on. We're going to come back. He's going to take a splash of fuel here in that anti-monkey butt powder pink and gray 45 machine here, guys. He's just going to lose it. We've seen that a couple times there tonight. Not quite at that spot. It looked like he just got a little wheel hop or wheel spin there coming off pit road.
Yeah, you know, I'm still kind of cycling through the field here. I'm not quite sure Usually, if you know, a car goes spinning out, Mike, you know, when he's on the other side of the apron line down there off the track, typically the race officials won't throw the caution.
Yeah, kind of confused on that one as well, JD. Trying to wrap my finger around it.
And I'm looking through, checking some of the chatter on the race officials channel over here, and I don't see, doesn't look like the race officials had planned to throw that caution, so it had to be related to that 45 machine of Mike Montesi. So this kind of puts together a whole new deal up here in front.
Well, by the way, too, JD, you got Jay Horton and them guys that stayed out that has not pitted, but they will come down. And you got to think that Chad Cole not taking any tires at all this past green flag pit stop, that he's got to come down and take 4. He's got to.
I would think, you know, with what's going to be about 5 laps to go when we get the restart here, as Jay Horton making his way down pit road. All right, as Jay Horton up on the radio, Jay, see you're making your way down on pit road down there. You think you got something for Guy Snyder up there?
I don't really think I had the speed. I thought I was going to go for a few mileage win, but once all those guys pit, I knew it was a sitting duck, and I didn't want to stack the whole field up.
Unusual caution coming out. We believe it was related to the 45 car spinning on the exit of pit road down there, but that kind of sets up a whole new scenario.
Yeah, like I said, if it was if we were going on fuel mileage, I think I had this thing, but when everyone came down pit road and I was on you know, 50 lap tires, I was a sitting duck.
Well, let me tell you this, Jay. You got Chad Cole, who under that green flag pit stop did not take any tires at all. So it's going to be interesting to see if that 17 car can hold up, and he's going to be right in front of you on this restart. So, and with you with fresh tires, do you think that that momentum can carry you forward past him and maybe potentially up the field, and maybe work yourself back up into the top 5 here?
I think so. We're certainly going to try, aren't we?
I hear you, Jay. Well, good luck, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, Jay Horton gonna try his luck and see if he can't give the leaders a run for their money up here. But you know, still looking at Rick Faust down here. Of course, I don't think he was anticipating that caution coming out, guys. Sitting in 13th position, and when we go back live here, go back green, we're going to have about 5 to go or so, Mike. So I don't know that 44 machine, I think that yellow flag just threw a big monkey wrench in the plans. And that's going to put Guy Snyder out in front with Jimmy North. Ben Burnett, I tell you, I'm very impressed with this driver here tonight. I believe he's a new recruit here at Real Sim Racing. Ben Burnett from a lap down to the front, Cowboy. But he's got to contend with the likes of Joey Gattina and Jimmy North. Guy Snyder, who is on the top of the pile, one of the highest top 5 finishers here, career finishes here at Real Sim Racing, Mike.
Yeah, and JD, I'm trying to wrap my finger around something here. Chad Cole, who did not take any tires, not even right sides on that last green flag pit stop, starting 5th. Is he going to spin them? The crew really concerned probably about whether or not he can hold on. He was on them tires a long time, JD.
Yes, he was. As the pace car comes down, we're getting ready for the restart here. Pace car pulls off, and this is going to be it, Cowboy. 5 to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 3 car on the throttle spins out right at the get-go. The 17 car making his way through the field, and they get by the 84 machine. So the 17 going right through, it's like threading the needle here, right to the front. I need to roll that one backwards here just a little bit. The 3 car, Ben Burnett, going around too hard on the throttle, misses a gear and spins it out right into the 14.
Yep, that's going to collect the 14, JD, and the 3. That's the only cars that were kind of involved, except a little further back, looked like the 22 of Ronnie Pitts was involved in that as well.
And
yeah, guys.
That
3-car, that was a really, really sick-looking wheel spin there. The car in front of him got the wheel spin first or spun his wheels. That might have thrown Burnett off just a little bit, but man, he just pile drive that thing sideways.
I think John's right, JD. It looked like the 27 did spin him, and that probably caused Ben to probably let off the throttle, and then he realized that the 27 saved it, and then the 3 got back on the throttle, and then that's when he spun it and lost it and turned it right into Joey Catino on the outside.
Well, I know, from past experience and, in driving these things too, Mike, when you're on the throttle, I mean, you're on the gas right from the get-go here. And when you got to jump up off the gas because something happened in front of you, it's like slamming the brakes on. And that might have been what happened to that 3-car. He's on the throttle, has to get off. The front end goes down. The back end comes up off the ground. Of course, the power's still going to the rear wheel, bringing that 3-car around right in front of the 14 machine. So the 14 taking extensive damage to the front end of that machine.
Don't know if it's going to pay off or not for the 14. He was caught up in that wreck, but he is still showing in 5th position, JD, and not trying to get confirmation on whether or not this race will finish under caution or will there be a green-white checkered. Not sure.
Yeah, I think we may be looking at a possibly a white checkered run here. I don't know. 156 laps in the books here, so we'll keep an eye on things. We do not have the official. Of course, I believe we're going to get a green-white checker because they just waved Adam Roberts around the pace car, guys.
Tell you what, JD, I got my fingers crossed and my toes crossed. I want to see a green-white checkered.
Absolutely. And looks like they moved Chad Cole back a notch. He's got Jimmy North up there in the front, so it looks like he was not able to get around before the next timing mark on the track, guys. So Chad Cole in the 17 machine, who has led most of the laps here at Charlotte tonight. In fact, he's led 132 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight. So Chad Cole, he's got to contend with the 84 machine of Jimmy North up there when we get the green flag. So we're still not done here yet.
Yeah, lights are still on the pace car though, JD. But if the lights go off next time by, I think we will see that green with the white, and then coming around for the checkered, like you said. But I want to see some action. I want to see if Chad Cole, who's dominated this whole race, if he can somehow make one last effort in 3rd place and come from there and win this race, or could lucky Guy Snyder get in there and get a win, or Jimmy North?
All right, lights are still on the pace car, guys, so I don't know. Trying to get word from officials. All right, and I believe we got Chad Cole up on the radio. Chad, this is JD up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, how's it going, man?
Hey, impressive run tonight. You've led 132 of the 160 laps here tonight, but I'll tell you what, Cowboy, you got, looks like you're going to have Guy Snyder, Jimmy North up there. I believe we're going to have a green-white checkered. You going to be able to get there?
Oh, JD, I hope it'd be a green-white checker, but I think it might be a one-lap shootout, to tell you the truth. But after that last restart, I wouldn't rule it out, me leading them to the green if they're both spinning around, That is a pretty wild one right there.
Yeah, it was, and unfortunately a 3-car, it looked like it might have been a shootout between you and the 3-car. 3-car showing his stuff there, here in the second half of the race. I really thought he might have had something for you, but you're absolutely right. It looks like we're going to get a one-lap shootout, Cowboy. But I'll tell you, you got Guy Snyder up there in front of you, who, there's 3 guys in this league that hold the top 5 of all time, and that's you, Chad Cole, Chad Cole, Guy Snyder, And I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Joey Katina. But I'll tell you what, Guy Snyder, no slouch up there in the front. You're going to have something for him to get around him?
I'm hoping so. Like I said, I mean, just going to have to hope that they spin their tires, can't get going, and hopefully there's enough room for me to make it 3 wide some spot. So I'll be going for it. Hopefully there's enough room for me to make it 3 wide some spot. So I'll be going for it.
All right. We're going to need to let you go. I know you got work to do down on the track. Good luck to you down there, Chad Cole, and we'll see you at the end.
Yeah, hopefully I get to see you in victory lane. Enjoy the restart. Yeah, hopefully I get to see you in victory lane.
All right, that was Chad Cole in that number 17 machine down there. He led most of the laps here tonight already, Cowboy, but if we get the one-lap shootout down here, he'll be starting in 3rd position here. So he's got Guy Snyder and Jimmy North, Mike, to have to get around as we keep our eye on the pace car up here. If the lights don't go out, I believe they may call the race, and it will be official behind the pace. The lights are out on the pace car.
We're going green, JD.
We get a one-lap shootout at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Cowboy. This is for all the marbles tonight. You got Jimmy North up in front. Guy Snyder will be starting 2nd. Chad Cole in that 17 machine, and 3rd, Jay Horton, who's been showing his stuff here tonight in that 83 machine. Joey Katina, no slouch there either, Cowboy, in that 14 machine. So I'll tell you what, man, this is going to be the shootout.
I just put my bet in Vegas. I'm going to bet on another caution here.
I tell you, JD, some of the drivers, Lowe's conspiracy strikes again.
Lowe's conspiracy. All right, Lowe's conspiracy strikes again from that Guy Snyder machine down there, and you're absolutely right. There's no more caution flags. They have dumped the caution flags in the barrel, so they're done for the night, Cowboy. The only flag that you're going to see fly next will be the checkered flag, as this is the white flag lap. So they'll take the white flag one time around, Cowboy, and this is for all the marbles. This is the showdown of showdown, the shootout of shootout here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Chad Cole, who's led all but about 30 laps here tonight, 28 laps, I believe. He's going to be restarting in 17th position. Pace car has pulled off the track, and looks like Guy Snyder at 27 spins the tires on the get-go here. The DeWalt number 17, Chad Cole, a little lazy on the throttle here, running down that 27 car up in front. In the meantime, Jimmy North walking away with the lead up here, 0.3 of a second over Guy Snyder. Chad Cole into the wall, coming down the backstretch. Last time heading down to turn 3, cannot get to Guy Snyder. Jimmy North has checked out up here in front. Snyder trying to run him down wide into the turn. Chad Cole looking on the bottom, going to get by the 27. Not enough for Jimmy North, as Jimmy North's going to collect a trophy tonight. Chad Cole with a 2nd place finish. Guy Snyder with an awesome 3rd place run tonight. Steve Ritter in the 4th, and Jay Horton in that number 83 machine for 5th place. What a shootout.
I tell you what, Jimmy North, JD, winning the race tonight. Would you have thought that?
I'll tell you what, you know, you come to these races enough over here in this league, you pretty much know who's who, and it looked like it was going to be another one of those Chad Cole nights here in Charlotte. But I'll tell you what, Cowboy, that 84 machine had a terrific start on that last get-go, banking on the fact that Chad Cole was out there on worn-out tires on that last get-go. Spins was left to his on the start finish out there on worn-out. Of course, Guy Snyder spins all night long, and you know, Guy Snyder for the top 5. What a good night of racing here. Guy Snyder for the top 5.
Man, I'm so proud of that 84 Jimmy North. Great win for that guy. Can't wait to get him in the booth.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, as the 84 machine, Jimmy North celebrates down there with the 84 machine down there. I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and step away, take a commercial break, get ready for the post-race show here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, so don't wander off, Cowboy. We'll be right back. All right, we are back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I'll tell you what a night of racing we witnessed tonight. 160 laps for the All-American Roof Heat and Air 240 tonight. And I'm standing down here in Victory Lane with Jimmy North. And Jimmy, I got to hand it to you, partner. What a finish to 160 laps of racing tonight. Tell us about your run.
Oh man, I'm so excited and pumped. I don't even know what to say. I just started running this Cup Series here a couple weeks ago, and feel like Darlington was kind of coming to us a little bit better here, and we came in here tonight, you know, running pretty much top 10 the whole race, and to walk out here with a victory is pretty darn cool.
Well, I'll tell you, you started in 7th position here tonight, but you had the likes of Guy Snyder, Chad Cole, putting up a terrific fight here tonight. You know, take us through that last lap. Actually, the last couple of laps. You know, we get the restart. Caution comes out immediately. I believe it was a 3-car. Ben Burnett goes kind of spinning off into Guy Snyder there a little bit. What was going through your mind at that point?
Pretty much not just to get wrecked. I know I restarted second there, and Guy Snyder was leading. I think Ben was behind me. Just pretty much just to not spin the tires was going through my mind, and I actually did spin them just a little bit, but I was able to get them to hook up, and then that caution came out going into turn 1, and I had taken the lead over at that point. And I wasn't sure if we were going to go back green or not. I didn't know how many laps we had to go, but as soon as I know that we had one more restart, I'm going, oh man, one final lap. I know Chad had fresh tires. I know Guy Schneider was probably pretty good as well, and kind of mirror driving a little bit, but just kind of trying to stay focused. And I actually did spin the tires on the final restart just a little bit, but I just kind of shifted up into 3rd gear, and it hooked up right away.
I got to ask you, you know, when you come back around, you know it's a white flag lap, and this is all, you know, this is all she wrote. The next time around is going to be the checkered flag. Did you ever look up in your rearview mirror after the green flag flew?
Not one bit. I just looked forward and just tried to hit my marks the best I could. And coming off of turn 4, I knew I had it. You know, I looked in the mirror as soon as I got closer to the start-finish line, and I was quite a bit ahead of those guys. So, pretty awesome.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, last time I was in a position like that, my crew chief told me, just shut your eyes and put the throttle down. You'll be good. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, congratulations to an awesome win here at Charlotte tonight. Any shout-outs out there you want to give?
Oh, yeah, I want to give a shout out to everybody that puts on the show. Keith Brooks, John Abbott, Joey Gattina, myself. I'm help these guys out as much as I can as well. And every member that's part of this organization that makes the best racing out here.
You bet. Again, congratulations on taking the big one home from Charlotte tonight. I'm going to throw it on down pit road. I believe Batman Michael Keaton has caught up with our second-place finisher tonight, Chad Cole.
I tell you, Chad Cole ran a successful race tonight. Even though second place he takes home, still dominated this race. But Chad, first off, take us back to that green flag pit stop when you surprised us in the booth, and I think everybody watching the broadcast taking fuel only. Is that was that the whole strategy going into it, or did you decide against the tires, or take us back to that?
No, Batman, that's what I wanted to do the whole time. There's only about 11 laps to go, and I thought about 2, but I've seen people struggle on restarts on 2, and just didn't want to risk it. Wanted to keep the balance of having the old tires on there. But yeah, it was a little disappointing coming home second after leading a lot of the race. But nothing wrong with finishing second at Jimmy. He's a good dude.
And I tell you, Chad, and under the circumstances of the green/white checkered finish here, on the restart, the 27 of Guy Snyder got a little squirrely, and I think which caused you maybe to let off throttle a little bit. Not sure what was going on there, but take us through that. Take us through what you were thinking when you saw Guy Snyder get a little, what do you call it, tippy-toeing on the throttle there.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to his tippy-toeing. I got loose myself there, spun him. I didn't expect that to happen at all, since we only had just that one restart the prior restart on the tires. I didn't expect that at all, so it caught me off guard, and I don't know if I would have had a shot at Jimmy if I got a better restart, but still coming home second, pleased.
Well, Chad, you got anybody out there you'd like to thank, bud?
Yeah, of course, the admins at RSR for putting on the Full Throttle Cup Series, and Bob Earl Racing Seats for sponsoring us as well.
Tell you what, Chad Cole, second place tonight, dominated the race, although Chad real happy with second place. John?
Thanks, man. I've caught up with our third place finisher. Just happened to be third in points, so I guess he might as well finish third, huh, Guy Snyder?
Oh yeah, man. I guess just can't complain about that either or.
It was a pretty clean race, the whole race. The biggest factor, I think, came down to that wheel spin, like we've already talked about in the first two here. Guy, how'd you try and maneuver through that?
I guess the fact that we didn't have as many restarts is really what, you know, contributed to that. It made it kind of a crapshoot there at the end. I can't help but think that I, you know, handed it away. I mean, Jimmy did what he had to do, but you know, if I hadn't spun the wheels, but Jimmy and Chad were both faster than me, so taking a third to those guys, you know, that was fine with me. Chad, if I'd have beat him, I'd have felt real bad. I'm kind of glad that he got me in 3 and 4 because he's the only reason that I wasn't in the fence on lap 5 tonight. He really taught me how to drive. Not well enough though. They were pulling the right fronts off the car at about 300 degrees. I couldn't keep the right front under it, but it's just a shame Chad couldn't bring that home, man. I was really hoping he'd get the win. He really dominated.
Well, spectacular run tonight, finishing third. Spectacular race here by RSR tonight. We've done a lot of Charlotte races this week, and this one is the best by far. A lot of these leagues are really struggling with this track. And what was the trick to the league just keeping the wheels out from the wheels under it?
I think we had a really good group of drivers tonight. I was actually kind of astounded. I mean, this is a nice big track, you think, but it's real tight and it's real line sensitive. You couldn't run the outside, so I thought there'd be a lot of fighting for the bottom. But I think it also helped that you know, it's a lot longer race than we're usually running, so there was a lot of time to get sorted out. I mean, I think a lot of people figured that you're going to be running where you're running. That one run, that really long run, I started that run 19th and finished it, I think, like 7th. So, I mean, the cream was going to rise to the top, and I think everybody kind of knew that. Everybody gave room, and I think the admin and all that was real good. And I just think this series as a whole is real strong and good.
Yeah, it keeps getting better and better each week here. This fantastic league, and ETV's glad to be covering it week in and week out, Guy Snyder. And guys, you got a ton of fans just sitting on pit wall waiting for this. Who you got to thank tonight?
Well, I got to thank them. I got to thank you guys for broadcasting. That's really cool. I mean, that's the reason people show up for it. I got to thank Bob Earl Racing Chassis, their seats, and got to thank RSR. Again, I got to thank Chad Cole for teaching me how to drive. He kind of was telling me all the secrets, so that was helpful. Got to thank the admins and Dave Lanza. He's one of our teammates, Team Man-Child Racing Incorporated Motorsports, something or another. So anyway.
All right, then that was your third place finisher tonight, Guy Snyder. And I'll tell you what, Mike, you know, an awesome race here tonight. Getting out of here, I think it was my list shows 6 cautions. I'm going to discount that one at the very end back there, but I'll tell you what, Cowboy, that last lap shootout was just an awesome finish to a good night of racing.
It sure was, JD. I was crossing everything I could cross, hoping that them guys could get a green-white checkered. I hate seeing a race end under caution, and I know Jimmy North would have taken it either way, and I know I would have. But to finish and to win the race under green, I know that boosts the confidence of Jimmy up quite some as he took the win home tonight, and I can't wait to see these guys at Dover next Monday night, JD. I love me some Dover, and hopefully we'll see Jimmy North back up in the front and running with the top dogs of Chad Cole and Guy Snyder.
I'll tell you what, Cowboy, I seen John Wessling down there in the garage over to ETV Live Studios this afternoon. He was gassing up, putting new tires on that old 1958 Winnebago. We're going to be going to Delaware, Dover, Delaware this week, Cowboy, and it all starts tomorrow night, Tuesday night.
Hey, put that duct tape back on that bumper. You got to take that to Dover.
Yeah. All right, Cowboy. ETV Live Veteran Sim Racers Nationwide Series live from Dover, Delaware. The Monster Mile starting tomorrow. Now hang on to your hats, Cowboy, because this is one that you want to buckle in and buckle in tight for, starting on May 30th. That's going to be Wednesday night. You want to miss this one. Sim Dirt Late Model The Dream live from Eldora Speedway. That's going to happen on the 30th and 31st. 2 nights of racing, Cowboy, so you do not want to miss that dirt action here on Dirt TV Live. And, of course, back with David Bass, Michael Conti, and ETV Live's newest sensation, Dakota Ehrman, the Friday Night Showdown, also live from Dover, Delaware. So I'll tell you, tons of racing coming your way. ETV-eplay.net. Hey, and you can watch this one tonight on the EMAX screen here in a couple of hours. So I'll tell you what, Cowboy, for Batman, Michael Keaton, John the Bad Boy, Magic Fingers, the legend, John Westling, and all the boys here at Real Sim Racing, this has been a production of ETV Live from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll see you next time.